Hey guys, Mr.Funk here. Today we're going to go over a little bit about a barbell back squat. So some of the key features that we're going to go over are, one, we're going to talk about our safety, two, technique, and three, just a couple cues to remember while we're going through the lift. Now first off, if you want to come swing on by, we're going to go over how we set up our rack and everything here. So first and foremost, we have our hooks here. These hooks are just here to instill that when we're done with our lift and our procedure, that we're safe and all the weight is secure. Secondly, we're going to talk about, these are our last case. These are for an emergency if we got a bail or anything like that. We want to make sure these are set up just below the hip. Mine are a little bit lower. That's something that, if you're more comfortable and you feel like you can get a little bit lower down, that's something that you can test out. For somebody, if we're new to the squat, we're going to have it obviously a little bit higher just to ensure that we're doing it safe and all of our technique's good. So if you want to swing right back around here, we're going to go over some of the ways that people can oftentimes mess up and oftentimes find misleading on the internet or whatnot. So some of the things are, for starters, when we're going into rack or get underneath the bar here, hat's got to come off again. Sorry about that. We're going to get underneath that. Some people, they get on and they're a little bit off kilter when they get up. Some of the weight's already more's on the right side rather than the left. So we want to make sure that we're even underneath the bar. So wherever that point is for you, you make sure you want to find that for right here. For me, it'll be right here. Another thing that I see people really mess up on is feet. Some of the things to keep in mind is, it's okay to, have your toes pitched out a little bit, maybe have them a little bit closer, a little bit farther away. Whatever is comfortable for you and you feel the most safe and you can lift the most amount of weight. Another thing is breathing. So breathing is very important for this exercise. So one of the main things is we want to make sure that our core is always engaged and locked in. One of the key things that we learned, that I personally use still today is, imagine you have a belt on and you're trying to breathe out of that belt. So we just want to make sure that we're blowing air out of that and we still have our shoulders or our lats engaged. For a barbell back squat, some of the key movers here are our quads, our hamstrings, our glutes. It's kind of a full body exercise, if you will. You're getting a full range of motions on the lower half of your body. Your ankles and obviously are very important for mobility. So now we're going to get into the proper form and techniques for it. So first and foremost, you want to get out underneath that bar. You're going to find that even spot. For me, I like to keep my thumbs right around that ribbon right here. Lock it in. Find that center point, and we're just going to find our way to get underneath it. We want our feet kind of even width apart. I like to pitch them out. I'm a bigger guy, so I like to pitch it out a little bit. Our eyes are kind of staring into the horizon. That's a good cue to keep in mind, is that our head is straight and we're ready to engage. So for blast off here, that's what I like to call it. We're just going to drive through our glutes and we're going to take our step back. Remember, we're going to keep our core engaged. We're going to lock it out. We're going to pull those shoulders back, tuck those elbows in, get in our athletic stance. Everything's compact. We're breathing in, and we're going to squat on down. You're going to get all the way down to about that 90 degree. If you can get lower, you get lower. You're just going to explode up. For racking, just going to take your 2 steps in. Make sure you're all the way onto the bar, sorry. Just going to drop the weight. So that's some of the key techniques and features and safety tips for a squat here.